Okay, well, the time has come to break down and change the tracks and front idlers. We got some blocks of wood in the back. Sorry, we got our heater going because it's cold as crap in here, but we'll block up the back, use the bucket to raise the back up, and then we'll take the tension off the tracks. Got a 13 millimeter. We'll take these two screws out and take the grease zerd out that's in the cylinder. This thing's just like a a dozer. It's got a cylinder in there that you grease, and it pushes a ram forward, which pushes the spring that's on the back of that front idler. That's what puts tension on the track. So take these two loose, pop that out, and then I'll put a board in between the back of the arm and the front of the track and push that back, and that idler will actually go, it'll be right in that line with there. Then we'll pop the track off and pull the idler out. Here's all the, that's the track adjuster, and then that's the grease deal that actually sits behind there. So when you put grease in here, it fills that cylinder full, which pushes this spring, which I haven't got the idler bolted on here yet, but and that pushes the whole track forward. So yeah, we'll get that out, get that popped off, the track off, and then I'll show you what the rest of it looks like. Man, got a bunch of dirt and mud and junk dry down there. And I don't think I've tightened these tracks up for quite some time. That makes a nice big mess too. There it is. Yeah, I just kind of scoop. There's going to be more here in a minute, but I got through a lot of gloves doing this too. Okay, now we're going to start it up, and I'll finish taking the tension out of there. Okay, so now I may lower it back down some. And what I do, I'll pop it off the front, unhook it over the planetary, and then it just kind of drags out. I actually lower it down, get the front popped off, and then I'll raise it up to get more room between that back roller. Pick it up off the planetary, and then pull it out that way. Okay, and that's how I get those off. I know not everybody's got access to a forklift. I've done it once years ago with bars, but I've got a bad back, so I just don't. I have the forklift, so I just do it that way. I mean, you can run bars through there, but as long as you can get the front, kick it off first, take it off the top of there, and then slide it out is the easiest way I've found. And it'll be the same process. When we go to put it back on, I'll slide it over here, and I'll actually hook it up on top of here, and then kind of kick it underneath that roller, and I'll let it down or get enough slack on there, and I'll just kind of drape it over the front. So we'll do the same thing on that. But now we'll get this front idler pulled out and the track adjuster and everything, get all that cleaned out, and then we'll get the new one thrown in there. This is supposed to be all one piece. This slides on here, which slides in there. But this bolt is broke, so see, that's broke off, so let that thing come out of there. Yeah, all that squeaking and stuff you guys hear whenever I stop and turn and stuff, that is these things, they're just shot. I got 7,406 hours on them. So I'm not gonna complain about that. That's good. And actually all the bottom rollers and even the back roller, those are all the original ones. They're 2011, 7,400 hours. The planetary, I did change this sprocket at 5,500 hours. So it's got almost 2,000 hours on them. I know a lot of you are probably thinking I should change those again, but I'm not going to. There's a lot of life left in me. These will outlast the next set of tracks. They'll last longer than 2,000 hours again. So I know, I mean, they're not really bad. I wish I had another one here. I mean, they're getting some cupping in here, but the last ones I took off were a perfect point in here, so they'll be fine. So I'm gonna get that cleaned out. And for some reason, which I've got the other idler over there, they didn't give me the bolts to them. I wanted everything I could to put all this back together, and now since they're no longer a dealer, they don't have the bolts, so I'm going to take them out, make sure that they're still in decent shape, and then I should probably be fine just reusing those if they're not trashed or stretched or anything. I'll just put just a little bit of blue Loctite back on them and then just crank them down. They don't really have any torque specifications. The mechanic just told me as tight as I could get them, we'll be fine. So we will get those broke loose, get that other idler over here, and clean all that junk out and throw it back together. Yeah, I have a pretty strong or old impact, so it's not very strong. I'm gonna throw that in the machine and then I'll kind of double check it with the pipe. But yeah, that's all there is to that. The bolts look good. Now I'll just slide the the grease cylinder. It'll slide all the way through here, and then I'll wrestle that piece in there, and then we're ready to put the track back on. These little rails on it go on the bottom side, and there's a little channel that it slides into. Probably I could try to use the forklift for this, but I think we can get it in there. I say that. Yeah, that's not good in the back. That's it. Now we can throw the track back on. Takeuchi's got a really nice, simple design on this, and it's strong, so I do like that. they were a little trickier than last time. It's like 30 degrees though, so they're pretty stiff. I didn't lay them out in the sun or anything, but yeah, you can kind of hook them on there and then get them. It just wouldn't make the curve to get kicked underneath there. But then now I'll start greasing them up, and then we'll get the grease gun out and start greasing this thing up, and then just kind of repeat this whole process on the other side. So it really, none of it's too bad. Usually I've got a helper here, just kind of, you know, either kicking that down there at the bottom or in the machine moving it up and down. But that's the first time I've ever put set on by myself, so it didn't go too bad. Like I said, I know not everybody's got access to a forklift, but I've done it before with rock bars and kind of somebody in there spinning that track and running a bar in there and kicking it off. But I don't know. I mean, to me, this is what I found the best way that works for me. And I would highly recommend a cordless grease gun like this, or the Milwaukee, or one that's powered by air. Because you can pump these up by hand at first. When it gets tighter, it's going to be a pain. And you'll use about a 2 to 2.5 degrees. Put it on a time lapse and see if you can tell, because it's kind of a slow go. There you have it. You just we'll repeat the process for the other side. And I'm gonna leave that cover off. I'll take it down and kind of run it a little bit. Once I let it down, there's a lot of slack back here, and then just kind of run around the parking lot. Then I'll adjust it again. Like I said, I'll probably have to adjust it a couple different times in the next day or two, and then keep an eye on it. And then again at 50 hours. But yeah, overall, not too bad. So I've never changed those idlers and track adjusters and stuff like that out, so it's gonna be nice now. All right, new tracks, idlers, track adjusters. She's all greased and loaded up and ready to roll for tomorrow. There's still a little bit, you can tell, probably need to tighten it up a little bit more, but the specs are within 1 to 2 inches from right here in between that roller when you have it setting all the way up. But it's pretty cold today, so those things are stiff from they were inside on like a pallet and stuff, so they need to warm up and stretch up a little bit. And then I'll probably run it for a few hours tomorrow, and then check them again maybe at lunchtime with the grease gun, and they'll tighten back up a little bit more. One thing you will notice when you do change tracks is it's quieter. It rides a lot better. Also, some of the other things, when you're back dragging and how your bucket sits, now you can tell the bucket and the arms are all the way down and the bucket's completely flat. Well, on mine, like as the tracks wear down, you got to kind of bring the arms up, and the bucket doesn't sit all the way down. So your back dragging and grading and stuff like that does change a little bit as well. It's going to have a tremendous amount more traction, and like I said, it won't ride near as rough. That rubber gets down there where it's thin and gets closer to having those metal bars exposed. This thing rides like a lumber wagon. Then I was hoping to get some more hours out of my other ones, but I was also sick of running this thing on how rough that it was on you. Yeah, so hopefully that was somewhat helpful. I know, like I said, not everyone's got a forklift, and that's just kind of how I'm fortunate enough to have one. So I've had to do it before with bars and chains and other people, and it was just kind of more of a mess. So that's the easiest way I found it. Now I can go finish up the grading tomorrow on the house pad job. I was probably lucky to get the amount of hours that I got out of them. So yeah, I can't, 2.5 years I think is what it was, or 2 years, and 2,215 hours on them. That's not bad. The first set I got 1,800, and I thought that was pretty good. So I'm happy with the 2,200. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and like I said, hopefully that answered some questions or was somewhat helpful. So catch you guys later.